I'm going to be taking you through a presentation of the punishment that will be given, or the punishment already soon, unto those who refuse the calls of the Lord. I think you know a person that was really uh, identified to have been Jonah and many other people, and the kind of battles that we even get you more in that disastrous state where I've called from nothing like that. But I know if there's anything that built United States as snowy weather and white, then you better know why. I serve the best in myself. I also give myself the best, so that truly the best hail from the United States, or the best hail from the West to my place of dwelling, because this is awesome. You don't know why. Have you ever, in any situation, been terrified, or to have been led to also saying that indeed it did rain or it did not rain in US when they had to experience all their seasons? Have you ever seen it fail to that level? What they say, because they sin, or because of their sin that certain thing happened. You who have sinned, there's nothing actually that you have seen in the world, but you actually must be also someone to pay for your own price of a sin, because you judge many other countries because you have been left out somewhere without being disciplined, without being destroyed by your own destruction. Your own pit shall also swallow you if you don't follow the cause. You must only respect a holy one, not a pastor. Because if that thing be a pastor and he's not a holy one, he's not being called by the Almighty truth. Commander out of this place. I repeat them, by gosh. Yes, you don't know anything concerning God and his holy angels, neither would you know, oh my gosh, oh gosh, and his holy angels. His holy angels are telling you what you need to. They are giving you something. And so the great speed of a holy one, the Lord who comes for my redemption and to rescue me, like in Jeremiah 1:19. It actually knows everything that we're going through. He didn't sell Lord himself. If I'm a part of this pain, he knows that. But I won't tell that. If it doesn't feel that much, I want to say it truly, I feel that good. It is good though. You don't know. If you carry some kind of power or some kind of energy or some spirit that make people or someone love you, then you know why you are so much needed in every situation. Now I want to say a very big thank you to you all. Be on this channel as I really take you through this session of presentation. You need it. Stay nowhere and go nowhere. Be just tuning onto this channel, because I am still right here to show the best of you and the best of my greatest. You know, I'm a great person, so I want to take this moment to describe you as one of that. Should I actually get you what you need right now? Are you telling me you don't know what I'm saying? Do you also care about what is happening here? Or you just want that will only hear and not perform as it's given? Now let me quickly go as some punishment that the Lord will never fail to really exercise and cast upon you. Those of you who claim to be pastors, reverend, prophets, there's one thing you do. When you see a prophet, you call him a pastor. When you see a pastor, you said prophet. When you see a saint, you call it probably one of the things. Still, you call it a pastor. Who teaches you? What at all? Where do you think? Upon all the university degrees and all of that, you see that you still don't know anything. Or you think everyone who would be saying the same thing is the same level or rated as same. You can have somebody called a pastor at the same time being a prophet. You don't know what you're saying. You can reduce a prophet to a pastor. So you can also reduce an angel to a prophet. Because who will stand before the Lord in judgment? Now you know, if there's a flesh that has been able to make all this thing, that's the winning part. I will really tell you this. There's a serious, most serious note. Now take care. Matthew 22, verse 14, it says there, for many are called, but few are chosen. Look, of this generation, you might think you are the chosen generation. Look, I tell you, you are not. Because if you claim to have been the generation that is chosen, and the Lord is not able to call you through his mobile phone or his right voices and senses and air presence, and his own Emmanuel's presence, I don't know that. A family that has been raised to that level of being a professor, teaching the whites, you don't see these people to reward them with the best that they have offered the whole nation for 81 good years. But you rather want to reward them with your own sin, your own life you have lived that did not really actually raise anything in US. You are only concerned about slavery, but you don't know that slavery has brought good to you. If Israel was not under slave or was not a slave, where do you think it would have been also moved from that Egypt to wherever you call it Israel? Or do you think that there was any name like Israel existed? It was only pre-existing with the Lord, what it means to be Israel. But it doesn't make it Israel until they take a possession of a land. So this is what we are saying. It should be what you are to be given, so that you know of what possession and role the Lord play in your life of people, His people. If I'm truly that person, I don't have to have a condition to say. But if you look up in the heavens, I'll show you one of the things in the heavens right now. If you see the heavens and what they are made of, and you still don't give attention to who is calling right now, you don't know anything, good or bad. You still don't know it yourself. To have. Beware and be warned, because I give you all that is to be, because this is what the Holy Scripture is meant to be. It's not there for only reproof. But if you think you are not reproved by a teen, how can you also know whether you were wrong or right? Now, of all these have functions, not just to be told. You don't only have to open your ears. Oh my gosh, as you can prove in a multitude and multitude of strength and mega strength and power and supernatural rising authority, you are holy and the holy. You are my gosh, great power holy. I decree the punishment upon they that refuse this, that they may know that indeed I am the Lord that is of hosts, and that, oh my gosh, my name is not as porous and corrupt as they have also offered you. For I offered you not a rotten thing. That is the difference. I offer the Lord not a rotten thing as a sacrifice. I offer the Lord not a rotten sacrifice. I need to tell you, I offer God Almighty, the Creator, I offer the Creator, not a rotten thing. For you are rotten, so you have already been that person. You will show me what is a rotten. Now here, it says Isaiah 65 verse 12. Yeah, you have to know what you are. Isaiah 65 verse 12 says that I will destine you for the sword. So you see, if you don't know what a sword is able to do, just pick a class of yours, and I get a cutlass on my left side here, and I get to the forest and begin to cut the innocent flowers, the innocent grass, and you think because it's weed or grass, so they have no feeling. If you don't think those things are also believing, as you are also being cut off by something without that thing having you as just living, because you cut off the weed. You don't know what they are. Of course, they are meant to live and survive by their same situation that makes you live. I tell you, if you don't know that, you just go out there and begin to talk about things. If you don't know what the Lord has proven now to be right now, oh my gosh, you are the only greatest, as you did mighty things in the U.S. and all other places. I see where there's a snow and where there's a white. So I cannot throw that thing away and think, you who I'm living with here have anything. For how many times do we call you and you don't pick up? So that alone tells you how deniable you are. You have been condemned already. You don't stand any position to say you compare with the Lord in holiness. Neither are you going to be given any position. So if a sword is teaching you, what is the sword used for? Now you define what a sword is used for. It's used in cutting you. That's why it having an edge. And so this edge, you say because a sword is too sharp to be with you. And so you even deny it and you call it a rather waste. I will tell you the waste. The sword is used in cutting waste. So when I apply the sword upon you flesh that claim, oh my gosh, let your rise in power authority as it is given power. Let it be as it is now. So he says, and listen to what the sword is going to be used. And he said, and all of you will bow down to the slaughter because I called, but you did not answer. I rebuke every word that you have also preached out there to the world that has not become practical. Because there is somebody who's doing and business actually exalt the Lord in height and in truth. Exalt the Lord in power. Not a story. We don't tell a story. If you know what is up there right now, like you call it, a very mighty thing that the Lord is doing now. If you call on his name, he said, by calling on his name, something must happen. A great power. Something must shake down the whole heavens. Something must shake down this hanging earth. Oh my gosh, I command it, and so shall it be. Because I see the good, and where the good is, I channel myself. I don't challenge myself to where I was predestined to probably say, you think I was predestined to be in Ghana. So I have been here. Now my traveling continues. So I need to explore different places. So that my final place is that, as you have been told that a prophet shall be born, but he has not honor in his holy location or place of birth. How is this real sounding close and very understandable to you? Then it's better I have a place built. So I built other places. Or, no. So look at it. The Lord who says he will cut you down. He has already commanded a sword, and let the sword also work and not have any mercy on any flesh. Because for by mercy you carry nothing good. For by mercy you don't know the righteous angels. For if you were trained by holiness, and a holy person comes, you will know him. And you'll be one of the holy ones too. Reading Bible doesn't make you holy, I tell you. It is only one thing that affects you over there is because the words are to be holy. So if you don't read it in holiness, or if you don't perform so you're not even supposed to read it. As you read or meditate on it and you perform it, there it makes you, as you practically offer yourself that opportunity to belong in, then it actually makes you that holy. Because you have performed a practical, like you have performed a rite of it. So it actually will leave an impact on you. So it says, I spoke, but you did not hear, and you did evil in my sight. So in my sight, people are doing evil, yet they say they go to church. What church do you attend? What denomination do you belong that actually makes you so difficult and so hard in listening and hearing? You don't know that anytime the Lord raises an altar or any holiness of virginity, or somebody who actually is born of the Spirit, he that comes in the name of the Spirit, to actually declare the Lord in spirit and power, is that person who you can say is the Almighty. Because with him, it is possible that the Lord can do all things. With him, oh gosh almighty, really great power, you can do it. So you will prove them wrong because they are already wrong. They're born of the wrong seed of their own fathers and their own things. So they're so happy living in the places they were born without exploring because they find a lot of graceful life in that place. Yet they are not the grace to desire this sweetness, a fruitful land. I call it somebody's own. It's not theirs. I tell you, I have no mercy because I don't walk in the mercies of the Lord. If I had to carry sword, then who is walking in the name of a sword and calling it mercy? If you don't find any piece of land and sow a seed, do you think you will go out on the street everywhere and be touching things by heart? You don't have to do that. So you better know why the Lord is not as you think. Yes, in his own sight, you are doing all this. And you think he delights in that. Listen here, he said, and chose that in which I did not delight. So do you think the Lord delights in your marriage or kind of situation you find yourself that makes you ignore the right call from people? I decree, your punishment is right before you. Now you go take Isaiah 66 verse 4 and you continue from that. So Isaiah 66 verse 4. You have to continue from this. And let me quickly drive you with this. And when I finish, we'll go take another session of this. It's Isaiah 66 verse 4. It says that, so I will choose their punishments. I will bring on them what they trade. So there are things you actually done, like your working, your situation, places you find yourself, things you find doing there. That's going to be used against you. It's going to be held against you. Yes, because the Lord will actually punish you for all that you have actually enacted in your life. And he said, because I called, but no one answered. So is it saying that some of you have answered? So the ones who have answered, or the one who answered to his call, they are the ones actually also remind you of what you should have been, where you should have placed your ear, and where you should actually give an opportunity to yourself to work in prayer. Now he says this, then I spoke, but they did not listen. And they did evil in my sight. So you'd rather doing evil in my sight, other than what I tell you somebody can do to you. Oh my God, delete every ghost of the land of death and the land of death out of my situation. Because if the Lord is not deadly, he will never show you what is deadly. And so if the Lord is not life, he will not give you life. And if the Lord is not all that giving, he will never also provide you with an environment that is so fruitful. And you, because you are not a part of it, you are not the one to sow the best of this land. You just see it to be a place of living, other than place of giving life. So you don't function, whether you give to nobody at all, you just see it to be okay, you are okay. You are content. Yes, to yourself, that is okay, but you don't extend to anybody needful. That's how you are. So he said, and chose that in which I did not delight. So the Lord will rebuke you. I dare you. Listen very well. I'll be right back after this session. We'll be right back.